Okay, so today we are going to be calibrating a mechanical speedometer. The most important part is this hairspring that's right here. And to tighten it, you pull the tail out between these little posts, and to loosen it, you pull it the other way. And I found it's a very small amount you have to pull it. When I started, it was at 3 millimeters. I ended up using a ruler to measure. First time I did it, I kind of got lost. So I started at 3, I pulled it to about 5, which was too tight. Let it back, pulled it back through at 4 millimeters. So right now I think it's at 4.2 millimeters. So you really are moving at a very small amount each time. So then when you take the face off, or before you take the face off, what you should do is mark along the edge every 15 miles an hour. So 60, 75, 45, because you have to actually adjust it with the face off. Now if we look at the face here, we have a model number, and at the end of the model number it says 1000. That means at 60 miles an hour it's 1000 RPM. So motorcycle ones are usually 500. There are 800s, and you can actually change it about 20 degrees high or low by adjusting that spring there. There is a little bit of a range on that. And if you notice, they're really not calibrated that tightly on the, see those two little tick marks there, the two little round. That's what they use in the factory to calibrate it. There's a couple tick marks over here. So it's a pretty wide range. So even the factory can't do it perfectly. So don't get too crazy. Next thing we got to do is figure out what it should be. The most important thing is to look up for your tire what the revs per mile are. So I'm using a BFG 35-inch tire. The new ones are actually 602 revs per mile. So it's going to do 602 revolutions RPM at 60 miles an hour. The original BFG 35s were like 585 because they actually measured this in the factory at highway speed, and the older ones, the sidewalls weren't as stiff and they grew more. So then we have our differential ratio. I got a 4 3/8 diff, which makes the drive shaft spin around 2600 RPM at 60 miles an hour. And then the speedo takeoff is a 9-tooth to a 23-tooth gear, which lowers the speedo cable to just above 1000 RPM at 60 miles an hour. So then I took that number and I made a little chart here of miles per hour to RPM, and so that we can set up the drill, and using a tachometer I got from Harbor Freight to figure out what speed the drill is going at. So the Harbor Freight tachometer just has a momentary button there, so to hold it I just use a little piece of tape, and then we'll start the drill, and we'll come up to right around 10:30. You can see there the little piece of reflective tape that I put on the drill comes with the tack. That's 40. Fast. That's close enough right there. So now, when I have it at 60 miles an hour, essentially at 10:30 on the speedo cable, to set, instead of trying to set it at 0, you set it at basically 60 miles an hour. And while it's running, plug the needle in. You kind of have to try maybe a couple times. Get it right on. Okay, that's a little high. And just carefully pull it off. Back on. Okay, got it right that time. Gotta look at it straight on. Okay, then we'll come up to, oh yeah, 1033, it's a little high, that's good. And then come up to 1288, which is 75. Thing really doesn't like to go that speed. It's right at the top. Okay, that's gonna be close enough. Let's see, we're here. We're right at the 75 tick. And we come down to 773. Should be right around the 45 tick right there. A little bit off, but that's close enough. And that's basically how you adjust a speedometer. Now, the one thing you have to do is when you go to put the plate on, you have to screw this guy in, and then we'll run it up to 1030 again, and you got to put the needle on after it's running. Again, because the spring is underneath the plate, that's kind of, I have to do it in that order. So hopefully this will help you out trying to repair a speedometer. One last thing, in pulling off the faceplate, there's lots of other videos that show how to do it. But the one trick I found that was really good was use a paint can opener to pry open this ridge here that's actually folded all the way around there. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the comments.